or anything to complete him. This is the essence of a Sigma male, and it's a trait that many women find irresistibly attractive. Picture this. A man who isn't clingy, doesn't require constant validation, and isn't always seeking approval from others. Instead, he's content with himself, his life, and his choices. He's not swayed by the whims of society, and he doesn't follow the crowd. He makes his own rules, and he lives by them. This is the Sigma male, self-sufficient and self-contained. Experts in the field of psychology and human behavior have often pointed out that self-sufficiency is a trait that many women find attractive. Dr. Jane Goodall, a renowned psychologist, once said, "Women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit independence and self-sufficiency. It's a sign of strength, and strength is a trait that has been sought after in mates since the dawn of time." But what does self-sufficiency look like in real life? It's the man who can cook his own meals, clean his own house, and manage his finances. It's the man who can fix a leaky faucet, change a flat tire, or even build a piece of furniture. But more than that, it's the man who knows his worth and doesn't seek validation from others. He's comfortable in his own skin, and he doesn't need anyone else to make him feel complete. This self-sufficiency makes a Sigma male incredibly appealing. He's not clingy, he's not needy, and he's not constantly seeking approval. He's self-contained, independent, and secure. And these traits, ladies and gentlemen, make him a magnet for attention. In conclusion, the self-sufficiency of Sigma males is not just about being able to do things on their own. It's about a deep sense of self-worth, self-confidence, and independence. It's about knowing who you are, what you want, and not being afraid to go after it. And it's this trait, this self-sufficiency, that makes Sigma males so irresistibly attractive to women. A man who needs nothing attracts everything. At number 9, we have their quiet confidence. Picture this, a man who lets his actions do the talking. A man who doesn't need to shout from the rooftops about his achievements or his plans. That's a Sigma male for you, a man of quiet confidence. This silent strength is not just about refraining from unnecessary chatter. It's a whole different level of self-assurance, a quiet kind of confidence that doesn't beg for attention but naturally commands it. Now, how does this silent power make women beg for their attention, you might ask? Well, it's simple. In a world where everyone is trying to outdo each other in expressing themselves, the quiet confidence of a Sigma male stands out. It's intriguing. It's attractive. It's like a mystery waiting to be unraveled. And who doesn't love a good mystery? This silent power is not about being uncommunicative or aloof. No, it's about knowing when to speak, what to say, and how to say it. Sigma males understand the power of words. They know that every word they utter carries weight, and so they choose their words carefully. They don't just speak for the sake of speaking. They speak when they have something meaningful to contribute. It's this measured approach to communication that makes Sigma males so captivating. It's not about keeping secrets or playing mind games. It's about understanding that sometimes less truly is more. And when a Sigma male does speak, you can bet that it's something worth listening to. This silent power extends beyond words. It's reflected in their demeanor, their actions, their decisions. Every move they make is deliberate, calculated, purposeful. They don't need constant validation from others because they validate themselves. They're secure in who they are, and that's incredibly appealing. It's a magnetic pull, this silent power. It's a subtle invitation to come closer, to learn more, to engage deeper. And it's this silent power, this quiet confidence that makes women beg for the attention of Sigma males. They speak less but say more. Number 8 is the enigma that surrounds Sigma males. Imagine a puzzle, complex and intriguing, where each piece unraveled leads to more questions than answers. That's how the aura of a Sigma male feels like. It's this shroud of mystery that surrounds them, making them an enigma that women find irresistibly captivating. It's like a book with many chapters, each revealing a new facet, a new depth, a new secret. Sigma males, unlike their alpha counterparts, do not wear their lives like an open book. They keep their cards close to their chest, unveiling very little about themselves. This air of secrecy is not a facade. It's their natural demeanor, a product of their introverted and introspective nature. They are the masters of their own world, a world that many desire to explore but only a few are granted access. But why is this mysterious aura so enticing? Well, It's human nature to be drawn towards the unknown, the unexplored. Women are naturally intrigued by the challenge of figuring out the enigmatic Sigma male. It's like a quest, an adventure, where every discovery feels like a victory. They are attracted to the depth and complexity that lies beneath the surface of a Sigma male's stoic exterior. Moreover, Sigma males don't reveal everything at once. They leave breadcrumbs, little hints that keep you guessing, keep you intrigued. The thrill of the chase, the joy of discovery, the satisfaction of understanding a little more each time, all these elements create a magnetic pull that's hard to resist. It's important to note that this mysterious nature of Sigma males is not a manipulative strategy. It's simply who they are. They value their privacy and they don't feel the need to share every aspect of their lives with everyone they meet. This selective disclosure makes the information they do share more valuable, more intriguing, more attractive. This is the allure of the Sigma male, a man who is not an open book, but a treasure chest waiting to be discovered. A man who doesn't seek attention, but whose mysterious aura makes him the center of it. Mystery is an irresistible spice in attraction. At number 7, we have their independence. Sigma males are the lone wolves of society, self-reliant and self-sufficient. They march to the beat of their own drum, unencumbered by societal expectations. A Sigma male doesn't need a pack to validate his existence. His strength comes from within, not from the approval or validation of others. This independence is not just about being alone or being an introvert. It's about being able to stand on their own 2 feet, to make decisions without needing the input or approval of others. It's about having the confidence and the courage to forge their own path in life. And why is this attractive to women? Well, because it shows strength, resilience, and self-confidence. It shows that a Sigma male is not afraid to be himself, even if it means standing alone. It shows that he is capable of taking care of himself and, by extension, those he cares about. Independence is attractive. Period. Moving to number 6, Sigma males are not your conventional attractive males. Now let's break down a common misconception. When you think of attractiveness, what comes to mind? Is it chiseled features, a suave demeanor, a flashy lifestyle? Well, these are the typical traits associated with attractiveness. However, Sigma males, they don't fit this traditional mold. You see, Sigma males possess an unconventional attractiveness. They're not the ones in designer clothes, nor do they drive the flashiest cars. They don't need to be in the spotlight to feel validated. They don't strive to fit in, they stand out by being themselves. This unconventional approach to life is what makes them magnetically appealing. Sigma males have a unique personality that sets them apart. They are self-reliant, introspective, and deeply self-aware. They know who they are, and they are comfortable in their own skin. It's not about the superficial or materialistic aspects for them. Their attractiveness lies in their authenticity, their intelligence, their independence. It's an attractiveness that goes beyond the surface. It's deep, it's meaningful. Women are drawn to Sigma males for their individualistic nature. They're not trying to impress or win over anyone. They're not chasing after popularity or societal approval. They live by their own rules, and that's incredibly attractive. It's the allure of the unknown, the allure of someone who doesn't conform, someone who is unapologetically themselves. Furthermore, Sigma males have a quiet confidence about them. They don't need to boast or show off. They know their worth and they don't seek external validation. This confidence, coupled with their unique personality, creates a magnetism that is hard to resist. So, if you're expecting a Sigma male to be conventionally attractive, think again. They redefine what it means to be attractive. Their allure is not in their outward appearance, but in their character, their mindset, their unique approach to life. The unconventional is always intriguing. Sigma males epitomize this statement, with their unconventional attractiveness making them stand out in a crowd, not by trying to be seen, but simply by being themselves. Halfway through at number 5, we have emotional intelligence. Sigma males, often misunderstood as aloof or indifferent, possess a deep well of emotional intelligence that sets them apart. This quality, folks, is not just about identifying and managing one's own emotions, but it extends to understanding others' emotions as well. This ability enables Sigma males to navigate social complexities with grace and subtlety, and it's this aspect that makes them incredibly attractive to women. You see, emotional intelligence cultivates empathy, and empathy in turn fuels connection. Sigma males, with their heightened emotional intelligence, can empathize with a woman's feelings, thoughts, and experiences. They can step into her shoes, perceive her perspective, and respond in an understanding and caring way. This ability to truly understand and connect on an emotional level is what women find irresistibly appealing. Furthermore, Sigma males use their emotional intelligence as a compass to guide their actions and reactions. They're not swayed by fleeting emotions or impulsive decisions. Instead, they analyze their feelings, understand their origins, and then act in a way that's considerate and respectful. This emotional maturity, this ability to keep cool even in the face of adversity, is something that women find incredibly attractive. Moreover, Sigma males, with their emotional intelligence, are excellent communicators. They express their thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully, making sure they're understood. They're also great listeners, offering their full attention and truly hearing what's being said. This two-way communication, this give and take, is what fosters a deep and meaningful connection, a connection that women crave. Finally, Sigma males, with their emotional intelligence, are self-aware. They understand their strengths, acknowledge their weaknesses, and strive for self-improvement. This self-awareness, this constant pursuit of growth, is what makes them admirable and attractive. Emotional intelligence is a rare and attractive trait. And Sigma males, with their high emotional intelligence, are like magnets, drawing women in with their understanding, empathy, and connection. So folks, that's number 5 on our list. The power of emotional intelligence in the enigmatic world of Sigma males. At number 4, intellectual stimulation comes into play. Sigma males, unlike their alpha counterparts, are more likely to engage in deep, insightful conversation. They are not your typical men who only discuss sports, cars, or the latest action movie. These men are well-read, knowledgeable, and have a wide array of interests. They are the type who would rather spend their time reading a book or learning a new skill than hanging out at a bar. Now, you may wonder, how does this translate into attracting women? Well, it's simple. Intellectual stimulation is a potent aphrodisiac. When a man can engage a woman's mind, he can engage her heart. This is the power of intellectual stimulation. Sigma males stimulate women's intellect by challenging their views, pushing their boundaries, and encouraging them to think in ways they've never thought before. This doesn't mean they are argumentative or condescending, quite the opposite. They respect and value the thoughts and opinions of others, and they are always eager to learn from them. They engage in intelligent conversations, ask thought-provoking questions, and show genuine interest in what a woman has to say. They are not afraid to delve into deep topics, discuss complex issues, or share their thoughts and ideas. They stimulate the mind, ignite curiosity, and inspire a thirst for knowledge. Women are naturally drawn to men who can engage their intellect. It's not just about physical attraction or material wealth. Women crave mental stimulation. They want a man who can match their wit, challenge their intellect, and engage them on a deeper level. And that's where Sigma males excel. They offer a refreshing change from the usual superficial conversations. They make women think, question, and explore. They stimulate the intellect, and in doing so, they captivate the heart. Sigma males understand that the way to a woman's heart is not through her eyes, but through her mind. They know that a stimulating conversation can be more intimate than a romantic dinner or a passionate kiss. They understand the power of words, the allure of intelligence, and the appeal of a well-stocked mind. Brains over brawn always. Number 3 is their unpredictable nature. Now, this might sound a bit counterintuitive. After all, we humans are creatures of habit. We like to know what's coming next. But Sigma males, in their unique way, have mastered the art of keeping people on their toes. And it's that unpredictability that has a magnetic pull. Picture a book you just can't put down, not because you're in love with the characters, but because you have no idea what's coming next. Every page, every chapter, keeps you guessing. That's the essence of a Sigma male. They are the living, breathing embodiment of that page-turner, constantly keeping you guessing, making you wonder what's around the corner. This unpredictability is not about being unreliable or inconsistent. No, Sigma males are far from that. They are dependable, but they also have the knack of throwing in an element of surprise every now and then. It could be as simple as showing up with a surprise gift on a regular Tuesday, or as complex as planning an unexpected adventure trip over the weekend. It's this unpredictability that gives the Sigma male an edge. It's a trait that keeps women intrigued. Just when you think you've got them figured out, they'll surprise you, showing a side of themselves you never knew existed. It's like trying to solve a complex puzzle that constantly changes, and the thrill of that chase, that mystery, is captivating. Now, why is this so attractive? It's because unpredictability breaks the monotony. It breaks the pattern and routine that can make relationships feel dull over time. It keeps the excitement alive, the anticipation high. And it's not just about the big surprises. Sometimes it's the little, unexpected things that they do. The small gestures that show they've been paying attention that matter the most. So what does this all boil down to? It's simple. The unpredictability of Sigma males keeps women on their toes. It keeps them guessing, wondering, and most importantly, it keeps them engaged and interested. They never know what's coming next, and that's exciting. It's a roller coaster ride, but one that's thrilling and exhilarating. Unpredictability keeps the spark alive. Almost there at number 2, we have non-neediness. Now, what does non-neediness mean when it comes to Sigma males? Simply put, it's their ability to maintain their own space and independence without constantly seeking validation or attention from others. They're content with their own company and don't need someone else to complete them. This trait is incredibly attractive to women. Why, you ask? Because it shows confidence, self-assuredness, and a level of emotional maturity that's rare to find. A Sigma male is his own person, and he's not looking for someone to fill a void or make him feel worthwhile. He already knows his worth, and he doesn't need constant reassurance. In a world where many are clamoring for attention, the Sigma male stands apart. He doesn't seek approval, he doesn't play games, he's genuine, and that's refreshing. It's a magnetic pull that's hard to resist. Remember, neediness repels, non-neediness attracts. And finally, at number 1, we have respect for personal space. Sigma males inherently understand the importance of personal space, both physically and emotionally. This respect is not just about keeping an arm's length distance, but delves deeper into understanding and acknowledging a woman's individuality, choices, and personal boundaries. Sigma males, with their own love for solitude and independence, can effortlessly appreciate a woman's need for personal space. They don't suffocate or overwhelm, instead they give room for growth and self-discovery. This respect for personal space is not a calculated move. It's a natural part of their personality, making them irresistibly attractive. What makes Sigma males stand out is their ability to make a woman feel seen and respected without infringing on her personal space. They make a woman feel comfortable in her own skin, in her own space, which is a potent form of attraction. Respect is the ultimate form of attraction. So, there you have it. The 10 ways Sigma males make women beg for their attention. We kicked off the countdown with the 10th way, a provoking thought about Sigma males, challenging the norm and setting the stage for what was to come. This was followed by the 9th way, the silent power, where we delved into the quiet strength of Sigma males, their ability to communicate volumes without uttering a word. Next, we unveiled the 8th way, the mysterious aura, exploring how their enigmatic nature makes them irresistibly attractive. Then we moved on to the 7th way, independence, discussing how Sigma males' self-reliance and self-sufficiency make them incredibly appealing. Halfway through the countdown, we introduced the 6th way, unconventional attraction, showing how Sigma males, with their non-conformist ways, draw women in like moths to a flame. The 5th way led us to emotional intelligence, enlightening us on how Sigma males' deep understanding of emotions makes them empathetic and understanding partners. As we neared the top of the list, we presented the 4th way, intellectual stimulation, demonstrating how Sigma males' intelligence and stimulating conversations make them captivating companions. The third way brought us to unpredictability, a trait that keeps women on their toes and makes every interaction with a Sigma male exciting and unpredictable. As we reached the penultimate point, we discussed the second way, non-neediness, showing how Sigma males' lack of desperation and need for validation makes them incredibly appealing. Finally, we concluded the countdown with the top way, respect for personal space, a trait that shows Sigma males' understanding and respect for boundaries, making them all the more desirable. In the world of Alpha, Beta, and Omega males, Sigma males stand apart. They are the rare gems that women can't help but be attracted to.
Welcome back, folks, to another intriguing journey into the enigmatic world of Sigma males. But hey, if you think you've seen it all with Alpha and Beta males, think again. Sigma males are the mavericks, the mystery men, and today, we're diving deep into their unique psyches. Buckle up because you're about to embark on a thrilling ride. Ready? Let's dive right in. 10 most creepy things all Sigma men do. Shall we begin? 1. Their ability to notice the smallest details in their surroundings is unparalleled. Imagine a Sigma man, enigmatic, with a unique talent for perceiving the hidden depths of the world. They're not ordinary observers. They're relentless seekers of the extraordinary amidst the mundane. Amidst the distractions, Sigma men excel as detail connoisseurs, capturing subtle nuances overlooked by most. Picture walking with a Sigma man in a bustling city. While others rush past, absorbed in devices, the Sigma man moves gracefully, scanning for hidden truths. They notice the smallest details, a stranger's expression shift, sunlight on leaves, or a street performer's drumbeat. Their ability isn't passive. It's a superpower, making them exceptional problem solvers. Like chess masters, they foresee moves others miss, finding order in chaos. 2. They're not afraid to go against the grain and follow their own path. Imagine a lone wolf roaming the wilderness, its keen eyes locked on the horizon. In human nature's realm, meet the Sigma man, a rare breed blending independence and self-assuredness. At their core, Sigmas embody unwavering independence, standing out in a conformity-driven world. They relish forging their own path, unswayed by societal norms, venturing into the unknown. What sets Sigma men apart is their fearless embrace of nonconformity. Amid the well-trodden, they dare to be different, architects of unique life journeys. Some may find this unsettling, as they prioritize self-reliance and autonomy. Picture a Sigma man at a crossroads. 3. They are often voracious readers and learners. Within the tapestry of human personalities, the Sigma man emerges as an intriguing enigma. Behind his composed demeanor lies an insatiable thirst for knowledge, elevating him beyond the ordinary. Learning is his art, a lifelong passion weaving understanding into his essence. Imagine a man cherishing knowledge like a connoisseur who savors fine wine, relishing every drop of wisdom. The Sigma is an intellectual sommelier, reveling in ideas' complexities. He devours books, each page fueling his quest for insight. His love for learning transcends facts. It's about the joy of discovery, connecting unseen dots. Knowledge is an endless odyssey, intellectual adventures akin to Indiana Jones, seeking enlightenment's depths. While others skim knowledge's surface, the Sigma delves deep, understanding that true mastery is in synthesizing and applying wisdom. 4. They may not express their feelings readily, but when they do, it's profound and impactful. Beneath the stoic exterior of a Sigma man lies a profound reservoir of emotions, akin to the hidden depths of the ocean. These enigmatic individuals seldom wear their hearts openly, but when they do, it's a moment of awe. Picture them as majestic icebergs, concealing most of their emotional landscape beneath the surface. They treasure their emotional authenticity and only unveil it on rare, special occasions, like a celestial event. 5. They thrive when faced with complex issues and enjoy dissecting problems to find innovative solutions. Step into the captivating world of Sigma men, where problem-solving transcends mere skill. It's a way of life. These mysterious individuals possess a rare talent, deriving sheer delight from dissecting complex issues to unveil innovative solutions, akin to a modern-day Sherlock Holmes armed with a sharp intellect and boundless curiosity. Sigma men don't shy away from intricate challenges. They embrace them eagerly. Like puzzle masters, they relish navigating intricacies, assembling fragments until the bigger picture emerges. 6. They value self-reliance and often take pride in their ability to handle challenges on their own. In a world that often celebrates extroverted, charismatic, and larger-than-life personalities, there's a unique group thriving in the shadows: Sigma men. They quietly navigate life's labyrinth with self-assuredness, valuing self-reliance as their guiding light. Picture a lone wolf on the precipice, determinedly scanning the horizon. That's the essence of a Sigma man. Their self-sufficiency is etched into their core. Their unyielding self-reliance is fueled by an independent nature, crafting their path with self-confidence and resourcefulness. 7. They set ambitious, long-term goals and are relentless in their pursuit of success. Sigma men, amidst the tapestry of personalities, emerge as architects of their destinies. They embody silent visionaries and ambitious mavericks, crafting unique life narratives. Picture a lone wolf, forging its path rather than following the pack. A Sigma man, a determined, enigmatic force. What distinguishes Sigma men is their audacious pursuit of monumental, enduring goals, transcending mere dreams. They reach for the stars, embarking on relentless journeys. In Sigma men's world, quitting is alien. They ardently aim to leave an indelible mark, finding fulfillment in unwavering commitment, like a sculptor revealing a masterpiece within the stone. 8. They rarely reveal their innermost thoughts and emotions, even in challenging situations. In a world overflowing with emotions displayed openly, a distinct group emerges: the Sigma men. These enigmatic individuals are masters of emotional control, maintaining an unshakable composure in the face of life's challenges. Picture a turbulent sea of feelings within, yet these Sigmas remain unmoved, like a rock amidst crashing waves. They seem to possess a hidden wellspring of self-control, guiding them through life's treacherous waters. 9. They are drawn to deep philosophical reflection. In a world dominated by superficiality, a rare breed emerges: the enigmatic Sigma men. These exceptional individuals shun the mundane, ordinary, and banal. Instead, they're irresistibly drawn to the depths of the human psyche, where existential questions reside. Imagine a Sigma man, a solitary thinker on a cliff's edge, gazing at the vast universe. His boundless mind embarks on an odyssey to unravel life's mysteries. He craves to dive into philosophical abysses, not settling for surface answers. Existential questions are his muse. He's an adventurer of human experiences, exploring joy and sorrow's depths. 10. They stand up for what they believe in, even if it means going against popular opinion. Within the realm of personality archetypes, the Sigma man stands out as a captivating enigma. He marches to his own moral tune, radiating a magnetic charm that intrigues and baffles those in his orbit. At the core of his character lies a potent moral compass, a guiding star for navigating life's tumultuous seas. His strength doesn't merely lie in having principles. It's his unwavering commitment to them that sets him apart. And there you have it, the 10 most intriguing traits of Sigma men. These individuals may be enigmatic and mysterious, but their unique qualities contribute to the rich tapestry of human diversity. Remember to like this video and share it with your friends if you find it intriguing. And, as always, don't forget to subscribe for more captivating content. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries of the human psyche.
8 reasons why Sigma males detach from women. Ever wondered why Sigma males, often seen as the lone wolves of society, have a tendency to detach themselves from women? In the grand tapestry of personalities, Sigma males are the enigmatic thread that weaves its own path. They are the solitary wanderers, the silent observers, the ones who march to the beat of their own drum. They're not your typical alpha males, nor are they the beta males. They're a breed apart, a category unto themselves. Sigma males are defined by their introverted nature and self-reliance. They value their independence, their solitude, and their freedom above all else. They're comfortable in their own skin and their own company, and they don't feel the need to seek validation or approval from others. They're content to exist on the fringes, detached from the hustle and bustle of societal norms and expectations. Yet, despite their seemingly aloof demeanor, Sigma males are not devoid of emotions or incapable of forming meaningful connections. They're simply selective, choosing to invest their time and energy wisely. They're not the type to engage in frivolous relationships or shallow interactions. They seek depth, authenticity, and substance in their connections. However, Sigma males are often misunderstood, misconstrued, and misjudged. They're stereotyped as cold, distant, or uninterested. But the reality is far more complex. They're simply different, operating on a frequency that many may find hard to comprehend. Their detachment from women is not born out of disdain or disinterest, but rather a profound sense of self-awareness and self-preservation. They're not running away from relationships, but rather moving towards a path of self-discovery, self-improvement, and self-fulfillment. In the upcoming segments, we'll delve deeper into the psyche of Sigma males, shedding light on their intriguing nature and unique approach to life. We'll dissect the reasons behind their detachment from women, aiming to dispel the myths, clarify the misconceptions, and provide a comprehensive understanding of what it truly means to be a Sigma male. So buckle up and prepare for a fascinating journey into the world of Sigma males, because understanding them is not about changing them, but rather appreciating their uniqueness and embracing their individuality. Let's delve into the 8 reasons why Sigma males detach themselves from women. The first reason is their innate desire for independence. Sigma males are the lone wolves of society, the mavericks who dance to the beat of their own drum. They value their independence above all else, a trait that is deeply ingrained in their personality. This is not a choice they make, but a natural inclination. They are self-reliant and self-sufficient, seeking solace in their own company rather than seeking validation from others. This can sometimes lead to detachment from women, as they prefer to remain unattached and free from obligations. Let's delve a little deeper here. Imagine a bird soaring high above the clouds, free to go wherever it pleases. That bird doesn't need a flock to feel complete or to survive. It is self-sufficient and content in its solitude. This is how a Sigma male operates. He cherishes his freedom and guards it fiercely, not wanting to be tied down by societal norms or expectations. When it comes to relationships, the Sigma male's independence can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, his self-reliance and autonomy can be attractive, signaling strength and confidence. On the other hand, his desire for independence can sometimes translate into emotional detachment, making it difficult for him to form deep, meaningful relationships. This doesn't mean that Sigma males are incapable of love or commitment. Quite the contrary. When they do choose to engage in a relationship, they do so wholeheartedly. However, they won't compromise their independence for it. They seek partners who understand and respect their need for solitude, partners who give them the space they need to be themselves. In a world where we are constantly connected, constantly in touch, the Sigma male's desire for independence can seem strange, even off-putting. It can be mistaken for disinterest or aloofness. But it's important to understand that this is not the case. They are not aloof or disinterested, they are simply independent. They crave solitude not because they disdain others, but because they value themselves. Their independence can often be mistaken for disinterest or aloofness. Secondly, Sigma males are non-conformists by nature. Picture this: an individual who is unafraid to stand against the tide, who doesn't need to fit into the typical mold that society has cast. This individual is not swayed by the pressure to conform, to be like everyone else, to follow the same old path. This, my friends, is the Sigma male, a nonconformist in the truest sense of the term. Sigma males do not feel the need to fit into societal norms, including those pertaining to traditional relationship structures. There's a certain freedom that comes with being a Sigma male, the freedom to choose your own path, to make your own rules, to live life on your own terms. This freedom naturally extends to their relationships as well. Now, this is not to say that Sigma males are incapable of being in relationships. Quite the contrary. They can love, they can commit, they can be as emotionally invested as the next person. But the key difference lies in their approach. They don't enter relationships because that's what society expects of them. They don't stay in relationships because that's what they're supposed to do. They choose to be in relationships because they want to, because they value the person they're with, not because of some societal pressure or norm. This nonconformity can lead to a detachment from women, especially those who adhere strictly to traditional relationship norms. A Sigma male's refusal to conform to societal expectations can be seen as a rejection, causing a disconnect. But it's important to understand their nonconformity is not a rejection of women, but rather a rejection of societal expectations. Sigma males value authenticity, individuality, and personal freedom. They don't believe in living a life dictated by others. They don't subscribe to the one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to relationships. They understand that every individual is different, every relationship is unique, and they respect that. Their non-conformity is not a rejection of women, but rather a rejection of societal expectations. And this, in essence, is the beauty of the Sigma male, the nonconformist. The third reason lies in their introverted nature. Sigma males are often introverted, cherishing their alone time. And that's not because they're antisocial or dislike company. It's simply because they thrive in solitude, they find peace in the quiet, and they enjoy their own company. This preference for solitude can sometimes lead to a detachment from women. Imagine a scene where there's a bustling party going on. People are laughing, talking, dancing, and having a great time. But our Sigma male? He'd rather be somewhere quieter, somewhere less chaotic. He's the guy who prefers a quiet evening at home over a loud, crowded party. He's the one who'd rather read a book or work on a personal project instead of engaging in small talk. This isn't to say Sigma males can't or don't enjoy social interactions. They can and do, but on their own terms. They value deep, meaningful conversations over shallow chit-chat. They prefer to have a few close friends rather than a large circle of acquaintances. But how does this introversion lead to detachment from women? Well, it's not about disliking women or avoiding them. It's more about the energy exchange. Social interactions, including those with women, often require a lot of energy. Energy that Sigma males would rather conserve or invest in other areas of their life. They don't feel the need to constantly be in the company of others to feel fulfilled or happy. This is often misunderstood by people who are more extroverted, or those who equate happiness with social interactions. They might see the Sigma male's preference for solitude as a sign of disinterest or aloofness, but that's not the case. Sigma males do form connections, they do have relationships, but they do so selectively. They prefer quality over quantity. They'd rather be alone than in the company of someone they don't genuinely connect with. So if a Sigma male detaches from a woman, it's not because he dislikes her. It's probably because he values his solitude or he didn't find the connection he was seeking. Their introversion is not a sign of dislike for women, but rather a preference for solitude. Fourthly, Sigma males are self-sufficient. This trait is a defining characteristic that often leads to their detachment in relationships. But what does it mean to be self-sufficient, especially in the context of Sigma males? Self-sufficiency is the ability to maintain oneself without the help of others. It's about meeting one's own needs, whether they are emotional, financial, or psychological. When we say Sigma males are self-sufficient, we mean they have the capacity to fulfill their desires and handle their problems independently. They don't seek validation or happiness from external sources. Instead, they find it within themselves. This level of self-sufficiency can sometimes be mistaken for aloofness or arrogance, but in reality, it's a sign of strength and self-confidence. Sigma males have a deep understanding of their capabilities and limitations. They are comfortable in their own skin, and do not feel the need to lean on others for support. This doesn't mean they are incapable of forming meaningful relationships. They can and they do. It simply means they do not depend on these relationships for their happiness or fulfillment. In the context of their relationships with women, this self-sufficiency can often lead to detachment. Sigma males don't rely on their partners to meet their needs or to make them feel complete. They enter relationships not out of necessity, but out of choice. They seek companions who complement them, not complete them. This mindset can sometimes be hard for their partners to understand, leading to feelings of being unneeded or undervalued. However, it's important to remember that a Sigma male's self-sufficiency is not a rejection of companionship, but rather a manifestation of their self-reliance. They value their independence and the ability to live life on their own terms. And this is often reflected in their approach to relationships. Their self-sufficiency is not a sign of arrogance, but rather a sign of their ability to meet their own needs. And while this trait may lead to detachment, it is also what makes Sigma males uniquely intriguing and admirable. They live by their own rules, depend on no one, and in doing so, they carve their own path in life. The fifth reason is their emotional stability. Sigma males are often seen as the embodiment of emotional resilience. They are not easily swayed by the emotional turmoil that often accompanies societal norms and expectations. Their inner world is a fortress, unassailable by the whims and fancies of the outside world. This emotional stability is a product of their self-contained nature and their tendency to rely on their inner resources. They do not seek validation from others. Their sense of self-worth is not tied to people's perceptions or societal standards. Their emotional equilibrium is not dependent on the approval or disapproval of others. It is instead rooted in their self-awareness and their acceptance of who they are. They are comfortable in their skin, confident in their abilities, and secure in their identity. Emotional stability, however, can sometimes be mistaken for emotional detachment, especially in the context of relationships with women. Sigma males, in their quest for self-reliance and independence, may come across as aloof or distant, but this perceived detachment is not a reflection of their emotional capacity. On the contrary, it is a testament to their emotional intelligence. Sigma males are capable of deep emotional connections. They value authenticity and depth in their relationships. Their emotional stability allows them to navigate these connections with maturity and understanding. They are not driven by emotional impulsivity, but by thoughtful consideration. Their emotional stability is also reflected in their ability to handle conflict and adversity. They are not easily perturbed by challenges or setbacks. Instead, they approach these situations with a calm and composed demeanor, using them as opportunities for growth and learning. In essence, the emotional stability of Sigma males is a reflection of their strength of character. They are emotionally balanced, not because they are devoid of emotions, but because they have mastered the art of managing them. They are not swayed by emotional turbulence, but are anchored by their inner strength and resilience. Their emotional stability is not a sign of emotional detachment, but rather a sign of their self-assuredness. The sixth reason is their selectiveness. Sigma males, in their enigmatic yet intriguing way, are known for their selectiveness. They are not the type to dive headfirst into relationships without careful consideration. This distinct trait reflects their preference for quality over quantity. And it's a trait that can often lead to their detachment from women. Let's delve into this interesting aspect of Sigma males. When it comes to relationships, Sigma males are not swayed by societal pressures or expectations. They don't feel the need to be in a relationship simply because it's the norm or because they fear loneliness. Instead, they seek relationships that add value to their lives, relationships that offer depth and growth. Their selectiveness is not restricted to romantic relationships alone. This trait extends to their friendships and professional relationships as well. They choose to surround themselves with people who understand their needs for independence and solitude and respect their boundaries. They prefer the company of those who challenge them intellectually and emotionally and contribute positively to their lives. This selectiveness can sometimes be mistaken for aloofness or disinterest, but in reality, it's a reflection of their high standards. They are not afraid to be alone if they can't find what they're looking for. They are not afraid to walk away from relationships that don't meet their expectations. However, this selectiveness can also lead to their detachment from women. If a Sigma male feels that a woman doesn't align with his values or doesn't respect his need for solitude, he won't hesitate to detach himself. This doesn't mean that they are afraid of commitment or intimacy. On the contrary, when they find someone who meets their high standards, they are capable of deep, meaningful connections. But it's important to remember that their selectiveness is not about finding perfection. It's about finding someone who understands them, respects them, and complements their unique personality. Their selectiveness is not a sign of pickiness, but rather a sign of their high standards. And their high standards reflect their deep respect for themselves, their time, and their energy. It's a testament to their self-worth and a clear demonstration of their commitment to living life on their own terms. The seventh reason is their mysterious nature. Ah, the allure of mystery. It's like a tantalizing dance, a shadowy waltz that draws you in. But what happens when the dance is led by a Sigma male? Sigma males have a certain enigmatic aura that can be both intriguing and confusing to others. It's as if they're constantly shrouded in a cloak of intrigue, a fog of uncertainty that makes them all the more captivating. This mystery is not a ploy, it's not a game of hide and seek that they're playing. It's an intrinsic part of their personality, a byproduct of their introspective nature and self-reliance. Just imagine a puzzle, a complex labyrinth of thoughts and ideas. That's a Sigma male's mind. It's a fascinating world, full of insights and revelations. But it's not always easy to navigate. It's not always easy to understand. And this can sometimes lead to detachment from women. Why, you may ask? Well, because the enigma that is a Sigma male can be hard to decipher. Their thoughts, their feelings, their motivations, they're all tucked away, hidden beneath layers of introspection. They don't wear their hearts on their sleeves. They don't shout their intentions from the rooftops. They keep their cards close to their chest. And this can be perplexing, even frustrating for others. Women in particular may find it challenging to connect with Sigma males on a deep emotional level. The mystery that surrounds them can act as a barrier, a wall that keeps others at bay. It's not that Sigma males are incapable of forming meaningful relationships. It's just that their mysterious nature can make it difficult for others to truly understand them, to truly connect with them. But here's the thing. This mystery, this enigma, it's not a sign of secrecy. It's not a cloak they don to hide from the world. It's a testament to their complex nature. Sigma males are deep thinkers, introspective individuals who often prefer the company of their own thoughts. They're not trying to be mysterious, they just are. Their mystery is not a sign of secrecy, but rather a sign of their complex nature. The eighth and final reason is their constant pursuit of self-improvement. Sigma males are on a perpetual journey of personal growth and development. They are the embodiment of the saying, "The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday." Sigma males are dedicated to honing their skills, refining their thoughts, and broadening their horizons. They are voracious learners, always seeking knowledge and insights to deepen their understanding of the world and themselves. This ceaseless striving for self-improvement is a full-time commitment, one that requires time, energy, and focus. Often, this pursuit of self-improvement can lead to a Sigma male's detachment from women. It's not about a lack of interest or an inability to connect emotionally. Rather, it is a conscious choice to prioritize personal growth over romantic relationships. For a Sigma male, the path to self-improvement is often a solitary one, uncluttered by the demands and distractions of a relationship. They value their independence and autonomy, and they do not want anything or anyone to divert them from their path. This does not mean that they're incapable of love or companionship. It simply means that they have different priorities. They are not seeking validation or approval from others. Instead, they are focused on their personal journey of growth and self-discovery. Sigma males are not afraid to step outside their comfort zones. They embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. They are not deterred by setbacks or failures. Instead, they see them as valuable lessons that can help them grow and improve. To a Sigma male, self-improvement is not just about becoming better. It's about evolving and transforming, about becoming the best version of themselves. They are not content with stagnation or complacency. They are always pushing their boundaries, always striving to reach new heights. Their pursuit of self-improvement is not a sign of selfishness, but rather a sign of their dedication to personal growth. So the next time you encounter a Sigma male who seems detached, remember, it's not about you. It's about his journey of self-improvement, his relentless pursuit of becoming the best version of himself. To sum up, Sigma males are unique in their approach to relationships and often prefer to remain detached from women. We have journeyed through the 8 key reasons that explain this distinctive trait of Sigma males. It's not about disliking women, but it's a manifestation of their unique characteristics and tendencies. First, we uncovered the essence of their independence. Sigma males are lone wolves. They thrive on their own, and they do not feel the need to rely on anyone else. This independence is what often leads them to detach from women, as they prioritize their autonomy above all else. Next, we discussed their non-conformity. Sigma males don't follow societal norms, they create their own paths. This can sometimes make it difficult for them to build traditional relationships with women, as they don't fit the typical alpha or beta male molds. We then delved into their introverted nature. As introverts, Sigma males often need time alone to recharge, which can result in them distancing themselves from women, particularly those who are more extroverted and socially active. Their self-sufficiency was another point we touched on. Sigma males are capable of taking care of themselves without needing any external support. This self-reliance often leads them to stay detached from women, as they don't feel the need for a partner to make their lives complete. Furthermore, we explored their emotional stability. Sigma males are often emotionally resilient and don't require emotional support from women, which is another factor contributing to their detachment. Selectiveness also plays a role. Sigma males are selective about who they let into their lives. They prefer quality over quantity in relationships, which often leads them to detach from women who don't meet their specific criteria. The 7th reason was the mystery that surrounds Sigma males. The enigmatic allure of Sigma males often leaves women intrigued but also distant, as they are hard to decipher and understand. Finally, we touched upon their commitment to self-improvement. Sigma males are continually striving to become the best versions of themselves, which can sometimes lead them to prioritize personal growth over relationships. Understanding these reasons can help us better understand the enigma that is the Sigma male.
Have you ever wondered how Sigma males, those lone wolves of society, handle the secret tests that women put them through? Ah, the elusive Sigma male. Not your average Joe, not your typical alpha or beta male. No, these are the introspective, self-sufficient individuals who march to the beat of their own drum. They're the ones who are comfortable in their solitude, yet are not immune to the intricate web of human relationships. Sigma males live by their own rules, and their intriguing nature often sparks curiosity, especially among women. Now you might ask, what sets a Sigma male apart from other male archetypes? Well, unlike alphas, who are often the leaders of the pack, or betas, who tend to be followers, Sigma males are the lone wolves. They thrive on their independence, possess a unique blend of confidence and mystery, and are often characterized by their high level of intelligence and adaptability. However, this doesn't mean they're exempt from the subtle tests women often put men through. Yes, you heard that right. Whether consciously or subconsciously, women do test men, and Sigma males are no exception. These tests aren't meant to trick or trap, but rather to probe and understand. They're a way for women to discern the true character and strength of a man. And Sigma males, with their intriguing aura, often find themselves under this microscope. Now, this brings us to the crux of our discussion today. We're going to delve into the fascinating dynamics of the interaction between Sigma males and women. We'll explore the 7 ways women secretly test Sigma males, and how these enigmatic men navigate through these tests. From deciphering the test of independence to unraveling the test of emotional strength, from the allure of mystery to the significance of self-confidence, authenticity, intelligence, and adaptability, we'll delve into them all. This exploration is not just to satisfy curiosity, but to provide a deeper understanding of Sigma masculinity and the subtle dynamics of male-female interactions. So whether you're a Sigma male, know a Sigma male, or are simply intrigued by the concept, this exploration promises to be enlightening. So, are you ready to dive into the 7 ways women secretly test Sigma males? First on our list is the test of independence. Now let's delve into how women subtly put Sigma males to the test when it comes to independence. Women are instinctively drawn to men who exhibit a high degree of self-reliance. This is where Sigma males, known for their self-sufficiency and preference for solitude, often excel. Imagine a scenario where a woman intentionally makes plans that clash with the Sigma male's own plans. She's not being difficult or uncooperative. Rather, she's observing how he reacts. Will he abandon his own plans to accommodate hers, or will he maintain his independence and suggest an alternative that suits both parties? The Sigma male, true to his nature, is likely to stick to his guns. He values his own interests and doesn't feel compelled to sacrifice them for the sake of appeasement. This doesn't mean he's inconsiderate. On the contrary, he's more than willing to compromise, but not at the cost of his own autonomy. Moreover, Sigma males are known for their ability to stand alone in their decisions and beliefs, even in the face of opposition or criticism. If a woman attempts to sway his opinion or decision just to see how steadfast he remains, the Sigma male is likely to hold his ground. This unyielding steadfastness can be incredibly appealing, as it highlights his independence and self-assured nature. Another situation might be a woman intentionally distancing herself to see if the Sigma male becomes clingy or desperate. However, Sigma males, being the lone wolves that they are comfortable with solitude. They don't fear being alone, rather they embrace it, using it as a time to reflect, learn and grow. In conclusion, independence is a fundamental trait of the Sigma male. They don't just pass the test, they ace it. They thrive in their self-reliance, and their ability to stand alone is a testament to their strong character. They are neither swayed by the crowd, nor do they feel the need to constantly please others. Indeed, Sigma males pass the independence test with flying colours. The second test dives into the realm of emotional strength. Now, this test is a bit more subtle and nuanced than the others. It's all about how Sigma males handle their emotions and how they react when those emotions are put to the test. Women, intuitively or consciously, often probe for emotional strength in a man. They observe how a man responds to various emotional situations, how he manages stress, and how he deals with conflict. One method used to test emotional strength is through emotional turbulence. This could be anything from a heated argument to a sudden shift in mood or attitude. The goal here isn't to create chaos, but rather to observe how the Sigma male navigates through these emotional waters. Does he remain calm and composed, or does he lose his temper and react impulsively? Another method is the test of empathy. This involves sharing personal stories or emotions to see how the Sigma male responds. Is he understanding and empathetic? Does he listen actively and respond with care? Or does he dismiss the emotions and move on quickly? Now let's talk about how Sigma males typically react to these tests. Sigma males, known for their emotional intelligence, often remain calm and composed during emotional turbulence. They are not easily swayed by external circumstances and maintain a level-headed approach. They understand that emotions are fleeting and don't let them dictate their actions. When it comes to empathy, Sigma males display a deep understanding of human emotions. They listen actively and respond with empathy. They don't shy away from emotional conversations and engage with them in a thoughtful and considerate manner. It's important to note that Sigma males don't suppress their emotions. They acknowledge them, process them, and then choose the best course of action. This emotional maturity and resilience is what sets them apart from others. Emotional strength, as you can see, is not about hiding emotions or appearing tough. It's about understanding and managing emotions in a healthy and productive way. It's about showing empathy and understanding towards others while maintaining your own emotional stability. Sigma males with their emotional resilience often ace this test as well. The third test revolves around the trait of mystery. Mystery, intrigue, and a certain aura of the unknown. These are the hallmarks of a Sigma male. Women are naturally drawn to these elusive characters, and as such, one of the ways they test Sigma males is by probing their mysteriousness. This is not about playing mind games or being secretive for the sake of it, but rather it's about maintaining a sense of self that doesn't require constant validation or explanation. Consider this scenario. A woman asks a Sigma male about his weekend plans. Instead of laying out a detailed itinerary, the Sigma male might respond with something like, "I have a few things lined up, but I like to keep it spontaneous." This leaves an air of mystery, piquing her curiosity without giving too much away. Another example involves the Sigma male's past. When a woman inquires about his history, he doesn't feel the need to share every detail. He might share a story or two, but he maintains a sense of mystery by not revealing all. This isn't about being evasive, but rather it's about understanding that some things are better left unsaid, and that not everything needs to be shared at once. Sigma males understand that mystery is not about being aloof or distant. It's about preserving a sense of individuality and personal space. It's about not needing to share every aspect of their lives, allowing the imagination to fill in the gaps. This can be a powerful draw, as it leaves room for curiosity and intrigue. Women test this trait to see if a Sigma male can maintain his mystery without becoming distant or closed off. It's a delicate balance, but one that Sigma males navigate with ease. They understand that their enigmatic nature is part of their appeal, and they maintain it without compromising their authenticity. The Sigma male's response to this test is usually one of effortless grace. He remains true to himself, neither oversharing nor closing off entirely. He maintains his mystery, his intrigue, and his individuality, all while displaying a quiet confidence that is truly captivating. The enigmatic nature of Sigma males makes them pass this test effortlessly. Fourth on our list is the test of self-confidence. In the grand scheme of societal dynamics, self-confidence is a trait that stands out prominently. It's the magnet that draws people in, the spark that ignites admiration. For Sigma males, self-confidence is not a borrowed cloak but a part of their core, an inherent facet of their being. Women often test this trait in Sigma males in various ways. They might pose direct questions seeking to probe the depth of a Sigma male's assurance in his capabilities and worth. Questions like, "Are you sure you can handle that?" Or "Do you think you're good enough for this?" are not uncommon. These questions are not meant to belittle, but to gauge the level of self-belief that the Sigma male possesses. In other instances, women may present situations that demand a show of confidence. It could be a challenging task at work or a complex situation in a social setting. The purpose here is to observe how the Sigma male navigates these situations, how he asserts himself, and how he handles pressure, all of which are indicators of his self-confidence. Now, let's talk about how Sigma males typically respond. Unlike others who might falter or seek validation, Sigma males are unfazed. They carry an intrinsic belief in their abilities and potential, which is unwavering and unaffected by external opinions or circumstances. They respond to questions with assuredness, not arrogance, demonstrating their deep-rooted self-confidence. In challenging situations, Sigma males display their confidence through their actions. They approach tasks with a can-do attitude, unperturbed by the complexity or the stakes involved. They don't shy away from challenges. Instead, they see them as opportunities to learn and grow. A key point to remember is that Sigma males do not boast or flaunt their confidence. They let their actions speak for themselves. Their self-confidence is quiet and understated, yet powerful and palpable. They don't seek validation from others because they validate themselves. They know their worth, and they don't let anyone or anything shake that belief. Sigma males, with their inherent self-assuredness, generally pass this test with ease. The fifth test is all about authenticity. Authenticity, the quality of being genuine and true, is a trait that can't be fabricated. Women often test this in Sigma males by observing their actions and reactions in various situations. They're looking for consistency, a hallmark of authenticity. Let's delve into this further. Imagine a scenario where a Sigma male is in a group setting interacting with others. A common test here is how he behaves when he's the center of attention. Does he stay true to his introverted nature? Or does he suddenly transform into a social butterfly? If he remains consistent, maintaining his quiet and reserved demeanor, it's a sign of his authenticity. Another way women test authenticity is through a Sigma male's principles and values. They may pose hypothetical questions or create situations to see if he stands firm in his beliefs or easily sways. For instance, they might ask about his stand on controversial topics or observe his reaction when his values are challenged. If he firmly holds his ground, it's a clear indication of his authenticity. That said, authenticity isn't just about being consistent or sticking to one's beliefs. It also involves being open and honest about one's feelings and emotions. Women might test this by initiating deep and personal conversations, seeking to uncover the Sigma male's true sentiments. If he opens up, showing his vulnerabilities and sharing his inner thoughts, it's a testament to his authenticity. Lastly, authenticity also means not pretending to be someone else. Women might test this by observing if a Sigma male changes his behavior or mannerisms to impress them or fit into a certain stereotype. True Sigma males, however, remain steadfast in their individuality, not succumbing to societal pressures or expectations. In the end, authenticity is a virtue that cannot be faked. Sigma males, being true to themselves, are often viewed as genuine and real, making them highly attractive. This is why they rarely fail this test. Sigma males, being true to themselves, rarely fail this test. The sixth test probes into intelligence. When it comes to Sigma males, the intricacies of their mind are often a playground that piques curiosity. Women, whether consciously or subconsciously, test this aspect to understand their depth and breadth of knowledge. It's not about academic scores or highbrow debates, but rather the ability to think critically, to solve problems, and to engage in meaningful conversations. Women may drop complex subjects into casual chats or bring up current affairs to see how well-informed the Sigma male is. They're interested in how he processes information, how he forms his opinions, and how he articulates his thoughts. Sigma males, being the introverted thinkers they are, usually revel in these tests. Their minds are their fortresses, where they spend a lot of time introspecting, learning and cultivating their knowledge. They enjoy intellectual challenges and often display their brilliance in subtle ways. They might not show off their intelligence, but when engaged, they can surprise you with their insights and perspectives. They are the ones who'd rather listen than talk, but when they do speak, their words carry weight. They demonstrate their intelligence not just through their knowledge, but also through their wisdom, their understanding of the world, and their ability to see things from different angles. They respond to these tests not by trying to impress, but simply by being themselves. They express their thoughts openly, they question, they ponder, and they engage in intellectual discourse. They don't shy away from saying, "I don't know," but they'll also be the first to go and find out. They show that intelligence is not about knowing everything, but about the willingness to learn and the ability to think. Sigma males, with their intellectual prowess, usually ace this test. Their intelligence is a part of their allure, a part of their Sigma charm. It's not just about how much they know, but how they use what they know. In the grand scheme of things, it's about how they navigate the world with their mind, and that's what makes them stand out. Sigma males, with their intellectual prowess, usually ace this test. Last but not least is the test of adaptability. Adaptability is an essential trait in anyone, but it holds a particular significance in the realm of Sigma males. To understand how women test for this characteristic, let's delve into the world of these solitary wolves. Picture this: a sudden change of plans, an unexpected turn of events, or a curveball thrown into a well-laid strategy. Women tend to test the adaptability of Sigma males by introducing spontaneous changes and observing how they react. It's not about creating chaos, but rather about exploring their capacity to adjust, to adapt, and to navigate through the unpredictability of life. For instance, imagine a woman suggesting a last-minute change in a planned outing, say from a quiet nature hike to a bustling city tour. Such a sudden shift could be her way of testing whether the Sigma male can step out of his comfort zone and adapt to a new situation. So, how do Sigma males typically respond? Sigma males, being the epitome of adaptability, handle such situations with grace and ease. They're not thrown off balance by change, but rather embrace it. They don't resist or complain, but rather adapt and evolve. Sigma males understand that life is fluid and change is its only constant. They don't cling to routines or comfort zones, but rather see change as an opportunity for growth and exploration. This doesn't mean they don't have preferences or comfort zones. They do. But their ability to adapt doesn't let them be slaves to their comfort zones. They don't see change as a threat, but as a challenge to be conquered. They adapt, improvise, and overcome. They are like water flowing around obstacles, carving their own path and always moving forward. They don't just survive change, they thrive in it. This adaptability not only helps Sigma males navigate life's ups and downs, but also makes them all the more attractive to women. It shows their resilience, their flexibility, and their willingness to step into the unknown. It reveals a strength of character that is both admirable and attractive. Sigma males, with their adaptable nature, pass this test with relative ease. Now that we've explored the 7 secret tests that women put Sigma males through, let's summarize what we've learned. Firstly, we delved into how women test a Sigma male's independence. They check if he can stand alone, not swayed by the crowd, and if he's strong enough to make his own choices. Sigma males typically sail through this test with flying colors, showing their self-reliance and the ability to carve out their own path. Secondly, we discussed emotional strength. Women often test if a Sigma male can handle emotional turbulence without losing his cool. Sigma males, with their stoic nature, often handle emotional ups and downs with grace and poise, proving their emotional resilience. The third test revolved around mystery. Women are intrigued by the enigmatic nature of Sigma males. They test if he can maintain this aura of mystery that's so captivating. Sigma males, being the introverted mavericks they are, usually keep their cards close to their chest. Next, we looked at self-confidence. Women test if a Sigma male has the confidence to be different and to be himself. Sigma males typically ace this test by demonstrating their self-assuredness and their comfort in their own skin. The fifth test was about authenticity. Women test if a Sigma male is genuine or just putting on a facade. Sigma males, who are known for their authenticity, often pass this test by just being themselves. The penultimate test revolved around intelligence. Women test a Sigma male's intellectual prowess and his ability to think critically. Sigma males, being natural thinkers and observers, often impress with their intellectual depth. Finally, we discussed adaptability. Women test if a Sigma male can adapt to different situations while maintaining his identity. Sigma males, with their flexible and resourceful nature, typically handle changing circumstances with ease. These tests reveal not only the character of Sigma males, but also their potential in relationships. They help to separate the true Sigma males from the pretenders, providing a deeper understanding of this unique breed of men. So next time you're intrigued by a Sigma male, remember these tests and see how he responds. Who knows, you might just be dealing with a real Sigma male.
Have you ever met someone who seems to stand apart from the crowd, not by choice but by their very nature? That's a Sigma male for you. In the grand tapestry of human personality types, Sigma males represent a fascinating yet often overlooked thread. They are the enigmatic wanderers, the solitary wolves, the men who, by their very existence, defy the traditional hierarchy that society so often imposes upon us. Now, you might be familiar with alpha males, those individuals who naturally command attention, exuding confidence and leadership. Or perhaps you've heard of beta males, peacemakers and nurturers, often content to follow rather than lead. But Sigma males, they're a different breed entirely. Unlike alphas, Sigmas do not seek to lead or dominate. They are not driven by the desire for external validation or the need to prove themselves. Instead, they march to the beat of their own drum, guided by an internal compass that often sets them on a path less trodden. And unlike betas, they do not seek harmony or approval. They are not swayed by societal norms or expectations. They are their own men, comfortable in their solitude and unapologetically true to themselves. That's not to say Sigma males are better or worse than their alpha or beta counterparts. They're simply different. Their uniqueness, however, can be disconcerting to those who don't understand it. You see, Sigma males are often misunderstood. Their quiet confidence can be mistaken for arrogance. Their self-reliance can be seen as aloofness. Their non-conformity can be viewed as rebellion. And it's this misunderstanding, this fear of the unknown, that can make them intimidating to others. But there's so much more to Sigma males than meets the eye. Beneath their enigmatic exterior lies a complex blend of traits that make them who they are. Traits that, once understood, can provide a fascinating insight into their world. Often misunderstood, Sigma males possess traits that can incite fear in others. Let's delve into these traits. The first way Sigma males incite fear, their solitude. Now let's delve into the solitary nature of Sigma males, a trait often misinterpreted by many. Sigma males, often seen as lone wolves, have a strong preference for solitude. They're not loners by circumstance, but by choice, which is a concept that can be quite intimidating to others. In a society where we are conditioned to believe that being alone equates to loneliness, Sigma males challenge this norm. They relish in their solitude, finding comfort and peace in their own company. They're the types who would prefer a quiet evening with a good book over a loud, bustling party. This preference for solitude doesn't stem from shyness or social anxiety, but rather a deep-seated need for freedom and independence. But how does this solitude incite fear? Well, it's simple. It goes against what society deems as normal. We live in a world that glorifies extroversion, where being outgoing and sociable is celebrated. Sigma males, with their preference for solitude, disrupt this narrative, causing unease and even fear. Their solitude also exudes an air of mystery. It's human nature to be curious, to want to understand others. However, the Sigma male's preference for solitude makes them difficult to understand, to decipher. This inability to read them can incite fear, as people fear what they don't understand. And finally, their solitude is a testament to their strength. Being comfortable in your own company, being independent, these are signs of a strong character. This strength can be intimidating, inciting fear in others as they question their own dependence on social connections. However, it's crucial to understand that Sigma males don't choose solitude to incite fear. They do it because it's who they are. It's their way of navigating the world, of maintaining their freedom and independence. The Sigma male's solitude isn't loneliness, it's a choice. And this choice can be quite terrifying to others. Second on the list is the unpredictability of a Sigma male. Let's delve into this enigma that keeps everyone guessing. Sigma males, by nature, are unpredictable. They are the wild cards, the ones who break the mold and refuse to be boxed in by societal norms. This unpredictability is not just about their actions but also about their thought process. They are the thinkers, the philosophers, the ones who question everything. They are not fond of routines, predictability, or the mundane. This is because they possess an insatiable curiosity and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and experiences. They want to explore, to learn, to grow. They are not content with the status quo. They want to push boundaries, to challenge the norm, to venture into the unknown. This unpredictability can be quite unsettling for others. We as humans are creatures of habit. We find comfort in routines, in predictability. We like to know what's coming next. The unknown can be frightening. It's a primal instinct, a survival mechanism that has been ingrained in us since the dawn of time. When we encounter someone like a Sigma male, someone who is unpredictable, who doesn't follow the same routines, who doesn't conform to the same norms, it can incite fear. We don't know what they're going to do next, what they're thinking, where they're heading. We can't predict their actions, their reactions. We can't put them in a box, categorize them, label them. This fear is not necessarily a negative thing. It can be a catalyst for growth, for change. It can push us out of our comfort zones, make us question our beliefs, our norms, our routines. It can make us see the world from a different perspective, open our minds to new ideas, new possibilities. It can make us more adaptable, more resilient, more open to change. But it can also be unsettling, disconcerting. It can make us feel insecure, vulnerable. It can make us question our own predictability, our own routines, our own norms. It can make us question whether we are living our lives to the fullest, whether we are truly free, or whether we are simply conforming to societal expectations. The Sigma's unpredictability keeps people on their toes, and that can be quite scary. But it's also what makes them fascinating, intriguing, and ultimately unforgettable. Thirdly, Sigma males possess a silent strength. This strength is not flamboyant or attention-seeking, but rather, it's an undercurrent, a quiet force that propels them forward. It's the kind of strength that doesn't need to announce itself. It is simply there, ever present, ever potent. Sigma males are not braggarts. They do not feel the need to constantly assert their power or dominance. Instead, they let their actions speak for them. They let their accomplishments, their resilience, their ability to overcome adversity demonstrate their strength. This quiet confidence is a hallmark of Sigma males. They know their worth, they know their capabilities, and they do not require external validation to feel secure in their power. This silent strength can be intimidating to those who are used to more boisterous displays of strength. It's a different kind of power, one that is subtle but incredibly impactful. It's not about flexing muscles or shouting the loudest, it's about inner fortitude, mental toughness, and unyielding resolve. Sigma males are like the deep currents in the ocean. On the surface, the water may seem calm and tranquil, but beneath, there is a powerful force moving with undeniable purpose. It's easy to underestimate the strength of these currents until you find yourself caught in one. Similarly, the silent strength of Sigma males can catch people off guard. They are often the calm in the midst of chaos, the steady hand in a crisis, the quiet voice of reason when all around are losing their heads. This can be disconcerting to those who are used to more obvious displays of strength and leadership. The silent strength of Sigma males does not seek to dominate or control, but rather, it seeks to understand, to navigate, to persevere. Sigma males embody the saying, "Still waters run deep." Their strength is not always immediately apparent, but it is there, a silent, unyielding force that guides them through life. They do not need to prove their strength to anyone, they simply are strong. And it is this silent strength, this quiet confidence, that can incite fear in those who do not understand it. The silent strength of a Sigma male can be a source of fear for those used to more outward displays of power. The fourth way Sigma males incite fear is through their non-conformity. This isn't some rebellious teenage phase, it's a fundamental part of their identity. Sigma males are the mavericks of society, the ones who defy societal norms and expectations with an unapologetic disregard. They're not concerned with fitting into the mainstream. They don't chase the latest trends or aspire to fit into the mold that society has constructed. They are not interested in conforming to the expectations of others, whether it's their dress sense, lifestyle choices, or even their life's path. This can be quite unsettling for many, as we live in a society that often values conformity and predictability. The fear that Sigma males incite through their non-conformity is not just about their disregard for societal norms. It's about the unpredictability that comes with it. When someone doesn't follow the rules, it's difficult to predict their actions, and that can be quite disconcerting. It's the fear of the unknown, the unease that comes with not knowing what to expect. Sigma males also challenge the status quo. They question societal norms and expectations, pushing boundaries and breaking rules. This can be quite intimidating to those who are comfortable in their routines and are afraid of change. The Sigma male's non-conformity forces others to question their own conformity, and that can be quite unnerving. Non-conformity, however, is not about being different for the sake of being different. It's about authenticity. Sigma males are true to themselves, even if it means standing out from the crowd. They value their individuality and freedom above societal approval. In a world that often rewards conformity and punishes deviation, the Sigma male's non-conformity can be seen as a threat. They challenge our comfort zones, push us to question our own beliefs and norms, and force us to confront our own conformity. Sigma males do not conform, and this rebellion can be quite frightening to those who adhere to societal norms. But remember, it's this audacity to be true to oneself, to challenge the status quo, and to live life on one's own terms that sets Sigma males apart. They may incite fear, but they also inspire change. Fifth on the list is the Sigma male's intense focus. This trait, while a boon for the Sigma, can be a source of discomfort, even fear, for those around him. But what exactly is it about this intense focus that makes it so unsettling? Let's delve into the depths of this fascinating characteristic. Sigma males, unlike their alpha and beta counterparts, possess an ability to channel their energies into their passions with an intensity that's nothing short of awe-inspiring. They can become so absorbed in their pursuits that the outside world seems to fade away. This immersive concentration, akin to a hawk zeroing in on its prey, is a trademark of the Sigma male. But why does this intense focus incite fear in others? Well, it's a combination of factors. The first is mystery. When a Sigma male is deeply engrossed in his interest, it's as if he's in a world of his own, a world that others can't readily understand or penetrate. This unknown can be intimidating. The second factor is the sheer intensity itself. It's not every day you encounter someone who can shut out the world and channel their energy into a single task or pursuit. This level of dedication, this unwavering concentration, can be disconcerting to those unaccustomed to it. Lastly, this intense focus often translates into exceptional prowess in the Sigma male's chosen field. They tend to excel, to become experts, to master their passions. And this level of expertise, this command over a subject, can be daunting to others. In essence, the Sigma male's intense focus is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it allows them to achieve greatness in their chosen pursuits. On the other, it creates an aura of mystery and power that can be intimidating to those around them. So, the next time you encounter a Sigma male deeply engrossed in his passion, remember, His intensity isn't meant to intimidate, it's simply a manifestation of his Sigma nature. The intense focus of a Sigma male can be quite daunting, making others feel uncomfortable or even fearful. The sixth way Sigma males incite fear is through their self-sufficiency. Picture this: a man who doesn't need anyone or anything to survive. He's not dependent on the approval of others, nor does he rely on societal structures to sustain him. He's self-reliant, self-sufficient, and self-contained. This is the Sigma male, a lone wolf who thrives in his solitude and independence. Self-sufficiency is a hallmark trait of Sigma males. They are masters of their domains, relying solely on their skills, knowledge, and abilities to provide for their needs and desires. They are not burdened by a need for external validation or support, and they find contentment within themselves. This level of self-reliance can be intimidating to those who are accustomed to the comfort and predictability of interdependence. In a world where we are often taught to lean on others, to be part of a community, and to seek help when needed, the Sigma male's self-sufficiency stands out like a towering oak in a field of saplings. It's an anomaly, a deviation from the norm that can be both fascinating and frightening. Imagine being in a situation where you have to rely on someone else. And then there's this Sigma male, standing tall and unshaken, unperturbed by the chaos around him, because he knows he can handle it all by himself. It's like watching a solitary figure walking calmly through a storm, unfazed and untroubled. This self-reliance can also be seen as a form of power. The Sigma male doesn't need anyone else to survive or thrive. He holds all the cards, controls his destiny, and this can be daunting to those who feel they have no control over their own lives. However, this self-sufficiency can also lead to potential isolation. Sigma males are like islands, self-contained and often distant. This can create a barrier, a wall of self-reliance that can be difficult to penetrate, adding to the aura of fear and intimidation that surrounds them. Sigma males' self-sufficiency can be intimidating, highlighting their independence and potential isolation. Last but not least, Sigma males incite fear through their indifference to social status. In a world where people scramble for power, influence, and recognition, Sigma males stand as outliers. They exist outside the conventional hierarchy, neither seeking nor caring for societal rank or approval. This indifference is not born out of ignorance, but rather a profound understanding that social status is often an illusion, a game of smoke and mirrors. Sigma males realize that the pursuit of status often prompts a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction. Once you reach one level, there's always another tier above, another mountain to climb. This chase can be exhausting, and for what? A fleeting sense of superiority, the ephemeral admiration of others? Sigma males choose to bypass this futile rat race entirely. Their indifference to social status can be quite unsettling for those who thrive on power dynamics. When a Sigma male walks into a room, he doesn't care who's the CEO, who's the intern, who's the influencer with 1 million followers. He treats everyone with the same level of respect, and this can be disconcerting to those who are used to being venerated for their societal rank. In a society that often equates worth with wealth and status, the Sigma male's disregard for these superficial measures can be deeply unnerving. It's like trying to play a game of chess with someone who doesn't care about the rules. You're left feeling off balance, unsure of how to proceed. This is not to say that Sigma males are completely detached from society. They are very much a part of it, but they choose to engage on their own terms. They understand that self-worth comes from within, not from external validation. They don't need a title or a trophy to know their value. This is a powerful stance to take, one that can incite fear in those who are heavily invested in the status quo. It's a reminder that there's another way to live, a way that doesn't involve bowing to societal pressures or playing power games. Sigma males' indifference to social status can be terrifying to those who seek validation through societal rank. But it's also a testament to their strength, their self-assuredness, and their unwavering belief in their own worth. So there you have it, 7 ways Sigma males incite fear in others. Let's take a moment to revisit these intriguing aspects, shall we? To start off, we delved into the solitude of Sigma males. Their preference to be lone wolves, to stand apart from the crowd, can often be unnerving to those accustomed to the comfort of the herd. Then, we ventured into the realm of unpredictability. The Sigma male's enigmatic nature, his refusal to adhere to the predictable patterns of society, can be a source of discomfort, creating an aura of mystery and fear. Next, we explored the silent strength these individuals possess. Their quiet confidence and inner resilience can be intimidating, as it's not a trait commonly found in the average person. We also talked about nonconformity. Sigma males refuse to bend to societal norms, choosing instead to follow their own path. This audacious disregard for what's expected can cause a ripple of unease among those who strictly adhere to societal rules. Then we touched on their intense focus. Sigma males have an ability to concentrate that can be deeply unnerving. They can seem aloof, detached, completely engrossed in their own world, which can be disconcerting to those around them. We also looked at their self-sufficiency. Sigma males are capable of standing on their own feet, of being independent in a way that can be intimidating to those who rely heavily on others. Finally, we discussed their indifference to social status. Sigma males don't crave approval or recognition, which can be frightening to those who place a high value on these aspects. Sigma males are enigmatic, often misunderstood, but undeniably fascinating. Their unique traits may incite fear, but they also make them who they are, intriguing and distinct.
Have you ever pondered the enigma that is the Sigma male? Picture this: a man who doesn't conform to the societal norms of masculinity, who doesn't crave the limelight, who is independent and self-sufficient, and who values his solitude. This, my friends, is the elusive Sigma male. In the world of social dynamics, we've often heard of the alpha and beta males. The alpha is often characterized as the leader, the top dog, and the one who commands respect and attention. The beta, on the other hand, is seen as the follower, the second in command, content to stay in the shadows of the alpha. But the Sigma male is different. He is the wild card, the one who doesn't fit neatly into these categories. Sigma males are the introverted counterparts of alpha males. They possess the strength and confidence of the alpha, but they prefer to operate solo. They're not led by a desire for social dominance, but rather, they're driven by their values and beliefs. Their power doesn't come from social hierarchy, but from their self-sufficiency and resilience. They are often misunderstood and seen as loners or rebels, but in reality, they are simply men who value their independence and prefer to live life on their own terms. They are comfortable in their own skin, unswayed by societal expectations and norms. Sigma males have unique traits that set them apart. They are introspective, often spending time reflecting on their thoughts and ideas. They are observers, preferring to take in the world around them rather than being the center of attention. They are self-reliant, not needing validation or approval from others. And they are adaptable, capable of thriving in any situation or environment. Understanding the Sigma male is like trying to solve a complex puzzle. They can be enigmatic, elusive, and intriguing. But once you understand them, you realize their strength lies in their uniqueness and in their ability to be true to themselves in a world that often demands conformity. Now let's delve into 7 absurd things that baffle Sigma males. First on our list, social rituals. It's almost like they're speaking a different language. Now, let's delve into the world of social rituals, where small talk and networking reign supreme. For many, these are essential tools of daily life, lubricating the gears of human interaction. But from the perspective of a Sigma male, these practices can seem almost alien. Imagine you're at a party. Conversations are buzzing around you, punctuated with laughter and the clink of glasses. Yet, you're on the fringes, observing rather than participating. You may find yourself wondering, why is it necessary to engage in these seemingly trivial interactions? Well, welcome to the mindset of a Sigma male. For Sigma males, such social rituals often appear superficial and pointless. They see small talk as a diversion from meaningful conversations, a detour from the direct route to understanding. To them, discussing the weather or the latest football scores feels like an unproductive expenditure of energy. And then there's networking, the art of establishing connections for personal or professional gain. While some thrive in this environment, Sigma males often find it inauthentic. They question the purpose of forming relationships based on self-interest, rather than genuine connection. They would rather stand alone than be a part of a network built on hollow interactions. This isn't to say that Sigma males are antisocial, far from it. They value relationships deeply, but prefer them to be rooted in authenticity. They seek genuine connections, meaningful discussions, and real understanding. They want to delve beneath the surface to understand the why and how, not just the what. Their approach to social interaction is driven by a desire for authenticity and depth. They prefer the company of a few close friends to a room full of acquaintances. They enjoy deep philosophical discussions more than casual banter. They seek out those rare individuals who can engage with them on this level, who can challenge their thinking and offer fresh perspectives. In essence, Sigma males march to the beat of their own drum, even in the realm of social interaction. They challenge the status quo, questioning practices that others accept without thought. They may be misunderstood, but they remain true to themselves. For Sigma males, genuine connections trump superficial socializing any day. Next on our list, the relentless pursuit of popularity. This is a game that Sigma males simply refuse to play. The concept of seeking popularity is, to them, an exercise in futility. It's like chasing a mirage that disappears just when you think you've grasped it. That's not to say Sigma males are antisocial or loners. They just don't see the point in collecting shallow social points or amassing a legion of followers. They believe in quality over quantity, in connections over acquaintances. Why should they invest their time and energy into a popularity contest that, at the end of the day, serves no real purpose? This is where the Sigma male's mindset diverges drastically from the mainstream. In a world where the number of likes, shares, and followers often determines a person's worth, Sigma males find such validation hollow and meaningless. They see it as a distraction, a wild goose chase that only leads to emptiness and dissatisfaction. Instead of seeking approval from others, Sigma males look inward. They find validation in their own achievements, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem to the outside world. They set their own standards and live by their own rules. They don't need a crowd of admirers to feel successful or fulfilled. Sigma males understand that popularity is fleeting. Today's hero can easily become tomorrow's villain. They would rather be true to themselves than be adored by the masses. They know that the only person they need to impress is the one they see in the mirror. The idea of seeking popularity and validation from others is both absurd and unnecessary to a Sigma male. They believe that true self-worth comes from within, not from the number of people who clap for them. They don't need the spotlight to shine. Their inner light is bright enough. To a Sigma male, self-validation is the only kind that truly matters. They find comfort in their own company, contentment in their own accomplishments, and pride in their own abilities. They don't need a stage to perform or an audience to applaud. Their life is their own show, and they are their own biggest fans. Sigma males don't chase popularity. They chase their own dreams and carve their own paths. Number 3, conforming to societal norms. Now let's delve into the world of Sigma males and consider how they perceive societal norms and expectations. In essence, Sigma males find the concept of conforming to societal norms somewhat perplexing, perhaps even absurd. They see a world where people often wear masks, pretending to be someone they're not, in order to fit into a preconceived mold. But for Sigma males, this doesn't resonate. It doesn't make sense. Why should someone suppress their true self to fit into a box that society has arbitrarily defined? Sigma males choose to live life on their own terms, guided by their own moral compass, and not by the pressures of societal expectations. This doesn't mean they disregard societal norms entirely or act recklessly. Instead, they critically assess these norms and only adopt those that align with their values and beliefs. They are not rebels without a cause, but rather they are thoughtful, introspective individuals who refuse to be swayed by societal pressures. In a world that often rewards conformity, Sigma males stand out as non-conformists. They march to the beat of their own drum, unafraid of carving their own path. This might lead them to be misunderstood or labeled as outcasts, but they are comfortable in their skin and confident in their choices. For them, authenticity is not a choice, but a way of life. Sigma males are not concerned with fitting in. They're concerned with being true to themselves. They understand that their worth is not determined by how well they fit into societal norms, but by their own self-perception and self-worth. They do not seek validation from others, but find it within themselves. In conclusion, the concept of conforming to societal norms is absurd to Sigma males. They see it as a constraint on individuality and personal growth. They believe in being authentic, in being true to oneself, and in living life on their own terms. They value their freedom to think, to act, and to choose for themselves, above the comfort of fitting in. For Sigma males, being authentic is more important than fitting in. Fourth on our list, materialism. We live in a world where material possessions often define a person's worth, where wealth is measured in the cars we drive and the houses we live in. This is a concept that the Sigma male finds absurd in its entirety. The Sigma male is not swayed by the glitz and glamour of material possessions. They don't find the need to indulge in the latest tech gadget or the most expensive designer wear. Instead, they value the intangible, the experiences, the knowledge, and the wisdom gained from a life well lived. Picture this. A Sigma male walks into a room filled with people flaunting their wealth. The air is thick with the scent of expensive perfumes, the clink of designer watches against champagne glasses, and the chatter about the latest luxury purchases. Amid this, the Sigma male stands out, not because of the brand of his clothes, but because of the wisdom in his words, the depth of his thoughts, and the richness of his experiences. The Sigma male understands that material possessions are transient, they come and go, but experiences, knowledge, wisdom, these are the treasures that stand the test of time, the wealth that can't be stolen or lost. They value a good book over a designer watch, a stimulating conversation over a swanky party, a serene hike over a lavish vacation. This is not to say that Sigma males live in poverty or shun all material possessions. No, they too enjoy the comforts of life, but they don't let these possessions define them or their worth. They understand that wealth is not just about what's in the bank, but what's in the mind and heart. Materialism, the obsession with possessions, the race to amass more and more, it all seems absurd to the Sigma male. They see through this illusion, understanding that true wealth lies in the richness of one's experiences and the depth of one's knowledge. To a Sigma male, wealth is not measured in dollars, but in wisdom and experiences. Number 5, emotional display. In the vast tapestry of human interaction, emotional displays often serve as the threads binding us together. Shared joy, shared sorrow, shared anger, these are the currencies of connection. Yet, for the enigmatic Sigma male, these open displays of emotion, particularly negative ones, can seem bewildering, even absurd. Sigma males are not devoid of emotions. In fact, their emotional world can be rich and profound. However, they view emotions differently, as an intensely personal matter. They don't see the point in putting their feelings on display, especially when those feelings are negative. For them, emotions are like a private conversation, something to be navigated internally rather than shared openly. This perspective is not born out of a desire to appear stoic or unfeeling. Rather, it arises from a belief that emotional displays can often be unproductive, even harmful. They may see public outbursts as a way of unloading one's pain onto others, of creating unnecessary drama, or even of manipulating those around them. Moreover, Sigma males often value logic and rationality. They believe that decisions should be made based on facts and reason, not on fleeting feelings. They may find it absurd when people allow their emotions to dictate their actions, especially when those actions have far-reaching consequences. Yet this does not mean Sigma males are cold or unempathetic. Quite the contrary. They can be deeply empathetic, capable of understanding and relating to the emotions of others. However, they prefer to offer support and understanding in a quieter, more personal way. They might not join in the collective weeping, but they'll be there in the background, offering a listening ear or a comforting word when it's truly needed. This approach to emotions may be difficult for others to understand. It may even be misinterpreted as aloofness or indifference. But for Sigma males, it's simply their way of navigating the emotional landscape, a landscape they believe should be traversed with care, discretion, and respect. For Sigma males, emotions are personal and should be dealt with in private. Sixth on our list, the need for leadership. In the grand tapestry of human interactions, we often find ourselves tangled in the threads of leadership and hierarchy. This is a concept that many find necessary even for Sigma males. However, the notion of needing a leader to guide them, to dictate their actions and decisions, is utterly absurd. Sigma males are the lone wolves of our societal structure, the silent observers who prefer to march to the beat of their own drum rather than following the conductor's baton. They are the architects of their own lives, the captains of their own ships. They don't seek a leader because, quite simply, they are their own leaders. This isn't to say Sigma males are averse to learning. They are perpetual students, soaking up knowledge from every source available, but they process this information through their own unique lens. They make decisions based on their own understanding, not because they are dictated by a figure of authority. In the workplace, a Sigma male might seem indifferent to the corporate ladder. This doesn't mean they lack ambition. On the contrary, their ambition is directed inward towards personal growth and self-improvement, rather than outward towards a position of power over others. In social settings, they are the quiet observers, not the loud leaders. They don't feel the need to dominate conversations or control the group's direction. They're content to listen, to learn, and to contribute when they feel it's necessary. The Sigma male's rejection of traditional leadership doesn't stem from a place of arrogance or rebellion. It is born out of a deep-seated belief in the power of individuality, the strength of self-reliance, and the freedom of autonomy. This unique approach to leadership, or the lack thereof, might seem strange to some, but to a Sigma male, it's simply the most logical path. Why follow another's footsteps when you can carve your own trail? Why let someone else hold the reins when you're perfectly capable of steering your own course? To a Sigma male, everyone is their own leader. Last but not least, fear of solitude. It's a sentiment that sends shivers down the spine of many. The eerie quiet, the empty spaces, the lack of companionship. To some, these are things to be avoided at all costs. But for Sigma males, this fear is utterly incomprehensible. Why, you may ask? Well, because Sigma males are the proverbial lone wolves. They thrive in solitude. They don't just tolerate it, they actively seek it. While others might see solitude as a curse, a Sigma male sees it as an opportunity, a chance for self-discovery and personal growth. In the quiet moments alone, away from the noise of society, Sigma males find their peace. They have the mental fortitude to be alone with their thoughts, to introspect, to ponder life's mysteries without the need for constant chatter or validation. They are not afraid to confront their innermost thoughts and feelings. They don't seek distractions, they seek answers. Moreover, Sigma males understand the difference between solitude and loneliness. While loneliness is a state of feeling alone and unwanted, solitude is a state of being alone but content. It's a time for reflection, for personal development, for embracing the self. For Sigma males, solitude is a sanctuary, a place where they can recharge their batteries, refocus their minds, and reconnect with their inner selves. They relish the freedom that comes with solitude, the freedom to think, to dream, to create without interruption or influence. It's not that Sigma males don't value companionship or human connection. They do. But they also know the importance of balancing social interaction with moments of solitude. They understand that solitude can be a source of strength, a catalyst for creativity, and a pathway to inner peace. So the next time you find yourself alone, don't fear the silence. Embrace it, learn from it, grow from it. After all, solitude is not a condition to be feared, but an opportunity to be seized. For Sigma males, solitude is not loneliness, but a source of strength and peace. So, what does all this mean for Sigma males? Well, let's take a moment to reflect on the 7 absurdities we've explored. From the perplexing social rituals to the relentless pursuit of popularity, the need for conformity, the allure of materialism, the expectation of emotional display, the incessant need for leadership, and the fear of solitude. These are the facets of society that simply don't resonate with the Sigma male. Each of these absurdities shapes the Sigma male's worldview and behavior in unique ways. They choose solitude over popularity, value substance over material wealth, and prefer to navigate life on their own terms, rather than conforming to societal norms. They remain unfazed by the emotional theatrics that society often demands, and they lead when it's necessary, not because it's expected. In a world that often seems absurd to them, Sigma males continue to march to the beat of their own drum.
Have you ever wondered why some men prefer solitude over socializing? Why they seem to operate on a different wavelength altogether? In the complex world of social dynamics, we often hear about alpha and beta males, each with their distinct characteristics and behaviors. But there's another category that's less talked about, but equally intriguing: the Sigma males. These are the lone wolves, the introverted mavericks who don't conform to societal norms. They walk to the beat of their own drum, often misunderstood due to their unique preferences and behaviors. Sigma males are enigmatic, operating on a different plane from the rest of us. They don't seek the limelight like alphas, nor do they seek validation like betas. They are comfortable in their own skin, and that's what sets them apart. In this exploration, we are going to delve into the 8 uncommon things that only Sigma males like. First on our list is a preference for solitude over social gatherings. Now, this might lead you to presume that Sigma males are inherently antisocial, but allow me to clarify, this is not the case. Sigma males are not antisocial, they're selectively social. They are quite capable of socializing and mingling, but they simply choose not to engage in it for the sake of it. For Sigma males, social interactions are not about quantity but quality. They would rather have a handful of meaningful conversations than be part of a large, noisy gathering. They value deep, significant interactions that stimulate their intellect and allow for genuine connection. They are not the kind to indulge in small talk or superficial banter. It's not that Sigma males don't appreciate the company of others. They do, but they also understand the value of their alone time. They see solitude as an opportunity for self-reflection, introspection, and personal growth. It's their time to recharge, to delve into their thoughts, to explore their interests, and to simply be with themselves. For Sigma males, solitude is not a sign of loneliness, but a sanctuary. It's their sacred space where they can be their authentic selves, away from societal expectations and pressures. It's their haven where they can let their minds wander and their spirits soar. In a world that is constantly buzzing with noise, where everyone is rushing to be a part of the crowd, Sigma males choose to walk a different path. They choose solitude over social gatherings, not because they're antisocial, but because they understand the profoundness that solitude brings. They understand that in the quietude of solitude, one can hear the whispers of their soul. One can find answers to their deepest questions, and one can truly connect with their inner self. So the next time you come across someone who prefers solitude over social gatherings, remember they might just be a Sigma male enjoying their sanctuary. For Sigma males, solitude is not loneliness, but a sanctuary. Next up, Sigma males lean towards a minimalist lifestyle. In an era where consumerism is often celebrated, Sigma males take a different path. They gravitate towards a minimalist lifestyle, finding beauty in simplicity and functionality. It's not about austerity, but rather the deliberate choice to own less, to strip away the superfluous and focus on what truly matters. Sigma males aren't charmed by the latest trends or the shiniest gadgets. They do not derive their worth from material possessions. Instead, they understand that the desire for more can often lead to a never-ending cycle of discontent. They prefer to live a life free of clutter, both physically and mentally. For a Sigma male, a minimalist lifestyle is not just about having fewer things in the house. It extends to their thoughts, relationships, and commitments. They understand that by reducing the noise around them, they can focus on what's truly important and meaningful. Sigma males value quality over quantity. They invest in things that last, things that serve a purpose. They are not swayed by the allure of fast fashion or disposable items. They'd rather have a few good things that serve them well and last a long time than a house full of items that will be discarded in a year or two. They find satisfaction in owning less, in knowing that they have exactly what they need and nothing more. They appreciate the freedom that comes with a minimalist lifestyle, the freedom from the desire to acquire, the freedom from the stress of managing numerous possessions. And it's not just about physical possessions. Sigma males apply the minimalist principle to their time and energy as well. They are selective about the commitments they take on, the relationships they nurture, and the pursuits they engage in. They understand that time and energy are finite resources, and they choose to invest them wisely. In the end, the minimalist lifestyle of a Sigma male isn't about deprivation. It's about intentionality, contentment, and freedom. It's about understanding what truly matters in life and making space for it. In the world of Sigma males, less is indeed more. Thirdly, Sigma males have a penchant for self-learning. They are the quintessential autodidacts. For them, the world is a vast library and every experience a unique book. They are constantly seeking knowledge, not from traditional classrooms or textbooks, but from the world around them. Sigma males are curious beings. They are not content with the surface-level understanding that comes from casual conversations or skimming through articles. They dive deep into the ocean of knowledge, not afraid to get lost in its vastness. Their thirst for understanding is unquenchable, and their hunger for wisdom insatiable. Sigma males are not just consumers of knowledge, but also creators of it. They don't just read and absorb information, they question, analyze, and interpret it. They are not followers, but trailblazers, carving their own unique paths in the wilderness of intellect. They are not bound by traditional methods of learning. They do not wait for knowledge to be handed down to them, they seek it out. This self-learning approach allows them to be flexible and adaptable, to learn at their own pace, and to focus on areas that truly interest them. Autodidacticism for Sigma males is not just about academic knowledge, it is about personal growth and self-improvement. They use their learning to better understand themselves and the world around them. They use it to challenge their beliefs, to broaden their perspectives, and to evolve as individuals. Sigma males are not interested in learning for the sake of impressing others or to earn accolades. They do not seek validation from others for their knowledge. Their learning is a personal journey, an intimate dance with wisdom that enriches their souls and sharpens their minds. In a world that often equates learning with formal education and academic degrees, Sigma males challenge this notion. They show us that learning is a lifelong journey, a journey that is deeply personal and profoundly transformative. They remind us that the true value of knowledge lies not in the certificates and degrees it can earn, but in the growth and evolution it can inspire. Sigma males take the adage, "knowledge is power," quite seriously. They embody this philosophy in their relentless pursuit of wisdom and their unwavering commitment to self-improvement. Contrary to popular belief, Sigma males are non-competitive. Now, this might seem odd, considering that we live in a world where competition is not just encouraged, but often seen as the driving force behind success. But here's the thing. Sigma males dance to a different beat. While others might thrive on the adrenaline of competition, Sigma males believe in focusing on their own journey. They're not interested in keeping up with the Joneses or climbing the social ladder. Instead, they're more invested in their own personal growth and achievements. They measure success not by comparing themselves with others, but by their own standards. They set their own goals, chart their own course, and are content to progress at their own pace. This doesn't mean that Sigma males lack ambition or drive. Quite the contrary. They're just as driven, if not more so, than their more competitive counterparts. They simply channel their energy differently. Instead of trying to outdo others, they strive to outdo themselves. They constantly seek to improve, to learn, to grow, but on their own terms. Sigma males understand that life isn't a race, it's a journey that's unique to each individual. And they're not interested in taking shortcuts or stepping on others to get ahead. They're more interested in taking the scenic route, taking the time to learn, grow, and enjoy the journey. They're not in a hurry to reach the finish line because they know that the real value lies in the journey, not the destination. What's more, Sigma males are not threatened by the success of others. They don't see others as rivals or competitors, but as fellow travelers on the journey of life. They're happy to celebrate the success of others without feeling diminished or threatened, because for them, success is not a zero-sum game. There's enough for everyone. So while the rest of the world is busy competing, Sigma males are quietly doing their own thing, marching to their own beat. They're not interested in proving anything to anyone. They're focused on being the best version of themselves. For Sigma males, the only competition is with themselves. Fifth on our list is Sigma males' disregard for social norms. In the grand tapestry of human interaction, social norms are the threads that weave us together. They dictate how we should act, what we should say, and even how we should think. But Sigma males, those enigmatic lone wolves of society, choose to snip these threads, embracing a radical form of individualism that sets them apart from the pack. Sigma males are not rebels without a cause. They don't disregard social norms out of spite or for the thrill of rebellion. Instead, they are guided by a deep-seated belief in the value of authenticity and individuality. They reject the idea that they should conform to societal expectations simply because that's how things are done. For Sigma males, the question isn't what will people think, but is this true to who I am? They prioritize self-fulfillment over societal approval, valuing their personal principles above the transient trends of social norms. They're not interested in fitting into a mold, but in being the best version of themselves they can be. This isn't to say that Sigma males are anti-social or lack respect for others. Quite the contrary, they value genuine connections and treat others with regard. But they refuse to compromise their individuality for the sake of social acceptance. They understand that their worth isn't determined by how well they conform to societal standards, but by their own personal values and actions. So they march to the beat of their own drum, unafraid of the dissonance it may create. They embrace their quirks, their passions, their eccentricities, knowing that these are what make them unique. They revel in their individuality, unapologetically themselves in a world that often pressures us to be anything but. In a world where we're often told to fit in, to conform, to blend, Sigma males stand as a powerful reminder that it's okay to be different. That it's more than okay, it's essential, because it's our differences, our individuality, that make us who we are. Sigma males live by their own rules, not by society's. Sigma males are deep thinkers. This isn't just a casual claim, it's a defining trait that sets them apart. They are often seen as enigmatic, not because they are intentionally mysterious, but because they are absorbed in a world that many fail to see, the world of their thoughts. Sigma males relish intellectual stimulation. They are drawn to complex puzzles, intricate ideas, and profound philosophies. Their curiosity is insatiable, their thirst for knowledge unquenchable. They are not merely content with surface-level understanding. They delve deep, dissecting information, seeking out the core, the essence, the truth. They revel in the richness of details, the subtleties that others might overlook. Their minds are always at work, exploring, analyzing, synthesizing. They are introspective, often spending time in self-reflection, examining their thoughts, emotions, and responses. They ponder on the mysteries of life, the intricacies of existence, the ebb and flow of the world around them. Sigma males are often lost in their thoughts, but not in a disoriented way. It's more like a deliberate dive into the depths of their minds, where they navigate the labyrinth of ideas with ease. They can be engrossed in thought even in the midst of chaos, finding solace in the silent dialogue within. Their love for deep thinking is not a solitary pursuit. They value meaningful conversations that stimulate the mind. They appreciate those who can challenge their ideas, introduce them to new perspectives, and engage in intellectual sparring. They are not interested in idle chatter or superficial talks. They yearn for discussions that are thought-provoking, insightful, and enriching. For Sigma males, thinking deeply is not just about intellectual satisfaction. It's about understanding the world, making sense of experiences, and finding purpose. It's about nurturing their minds, honing their intellect, and cultivating wisdom. Sigma males are deep thinkers, and they wouldn't have it any other way. They're not merely observers of the world. They are contemplators, ponderers, philosophers in their own right. Their minds are an unending source of fascination, a wellspring of ideas, a treasure trove of insights. For Sigma males, the mind is the greatest playground. Independence is a key trait of Sigma males. This statement is as accurate as it is profound. To understand Sigma males, you must first grasp the weight they place on independence. They hold this trait in the highest regard, often shaping their lives around it. Sigma males are not just independent in their actions, but in their thinking as well. Independence for them is not merely about doing things solo, it's about being comfortable in their own skin, relying on their own abilities, and trusting their own judgment. They are self-reliant individuals who don't lean on others for validation or support. They thrive in their own company, finding solace in their solitude. This isn't to say they are antisocial or asocial, rather they simply prefer to chart their own course, navigate their own ship, and be the masters of their own fate. They take pride in their ability to stand alone, making decisions independently, and solving problems without seeking external aid. This independence is not born out of arrogance or a sense of superiority, rather it is a manifestation of their belief in self-sufficiency. They prefer to rely on themselves because they value their freedom and autonomy. They are not shackled by societal expectations or norms, and they don't feel the need to conform to the trends of the crowd. Sigma males are comfortable being their own person. They have a strong sense of self and are at peace with who they are. They don't seek approval, and they don't need others to define their worth. They are content in their independence, embracing it as a vital part of their identity. This independence does not isolate them, but rather it liberates them. It gives them the freedom to live life on their own terms, to explore their passions, and to pursue their dreams without being influenced by external pressures. Sigma males, in essence, are lone wolves. They roam the wild, not as outcasts, but as independent entities, content in their solitude, thriving in their independence, and reveling in their freedom. They are comfortable in their skin, content in their solitude, and they wouldn't have it any other way. Last but not least, Sigma males are unpredictable. This trait is not born out of capriciousness or whimsy, but rather their staunch nonconformity. They dance to the beat of their own drum, refusing to follow the well-trodden paths laid out by society. Unpredictability in Sigma males is a natural consequence of their independent spirit. They don't subscribe to societal norms or expectations, and this often leads to actions that may surprise or even confound others. They might choose to embark on a spontaneous solo trip or take up an unconventional hobby. Their decisions are not made to shock or rebel, but because they're driven by their own unique interests and passions. This unpredictability adds an intriguing layer to the Sigma male's personality. It keeps those around them guessing, adding an element of mystery and intrigue. So remember, when dealing with Sigma males, always be prepared to expect the unexpected. So there we have it, the 8 uncommon things only Sigma males like. In our journey through the road less traveled, we've unveiled the enigma that is the Sigma male. These unique individuals prefer solitude over social gatherings, leading a minimalist lifestyle that allows them to focus on what truly matters to them. They are autodidacts, self-taught and self-driven, with a non-competitive nature that sets them apart in our often cutthroat society. Their disregard for social norms isn't a rebellion, but rather a testament to their intrinsic independence. They are deep thinkers, often lost in their own worlds, and their unpredictability keeps those around them on their toes. These traits may seem uncommon, even strange to some, but they are the essence of Sigma males. Their uniqueness is not a flaw to be corrected, but a strength to be understood and appreciated. In understanding these uncommon things, we get a glimpse into the enigmatic world of Sigma males.
Have you ever encountered an individual who is a mystery wrapped in an enigma, someone who thrives in solitude yet is incredibly competent in social situations? We're talking about the elusive Sigma male, a rare breed that dances to the beat of their own drum, often misunderstood, and yet they possess a magnetic allure that is hard to ignore. Sigmas are the lone wolves of the social hierarchy, often seen as outsiders, but don't be fooled, their solitude is a choice, not a product of rejection. They are self-reliant, independent, and yes, they can be dangerous. Dangerous, not in the way you might think, but in their ability to disrupt the status quo, to challenge the norms, and confound those who underestimate them. This video is an odyssey into the world of Sigma males, a journey to understand their unique qualities, and a quest to unravel their mysterious nature. So, buckle up. Join us as we delve deeper into the enigmatic world of Sigma males and reveal the 7 ways they show that they're dangerous. The first way Sigma males show their dangerous side is through their solitude. Now, this solitude is not an outcome of shyness or social ineptitude. Instead, it is a deliberate choice made by Sigma males to distance themselves from the usual social chatters and superficial interactions. They find solace in their own company, preferring the quiet introspection of a solitary evening to the boisterous cacophony of a crowded room. This preference for solitude makes Sigma males rather unpredictable and difficult to read. They're like those mysterious characters in a novel who prefer to stay in the shadows, observing and understanding, rather than being in the spotlight. Their solitude gives them a unique perspective on life, allowing them to see things from angles that others may miss. Let's take an example here. Imagine a social gathering. While most people would be engrossed in conversations, a Sigma male would be quietly observing, taking in the environment, the people, their behaviors, their words. This allows them to pick up on subtle cues and details that others may overlook. But here's where the danger lies. This solitude, coupled with their sharp observational skills, makes them formidable strategists. They can predict outcomes, see patterns, and make connections that others simply can't. Their solitude is their fortress, their sanctuary. It's their space to think, to strategize, to plan. It's where they recharge, refuel, and rearm. A Sigma male's solitude is not a sign of weakness but strength. It's not a reflection of his inability to socialize, but his choice to prioritize his own mental space. It's not a sign of his disinterest in others, but a reflection of his interest in understanding the world from his unique vantage point. To the untrained eye, a Sigma male's solitude may seem harmless. But in reality, it's a weapon they wield with mastery. It's their shield and their sword, their sanctuary and their strategy room. It's their way of navigating through the world, of understanding it, of mastering it. So the next time you come across a Sigma male, remember his solitude is not just a preference, it's his power. The second way Sigma males show they're dangerous is their self-sufficiency. A Sigma male's independence is both his armor and his sword. This characteristic makes them unpredictable and hard to manipulate. This isn't just about being able to cook their own meals or handle a flat tire, though they can certainly do those things. It's about a mindset, a philosophy of life that prizes self-reliance above all else. Take a look at the corporate world, for example. While many are climbing the corporate ladder, the Sigma male is building his own ladder, brick by brick. He's the entrepreneur working on a game-changing startup, the freelancer juggling multiple projects, or the digital nomad working from a beach in Bali. He doesn't rely on a boss for a paycheck or a corporation for his identity. He's his own man in every sense of the word. In social settings too, the Sigma male's independence is on full display. He doesn't need the validation of a crowd or the approval of peers. He's comfortable in his own skin, happy with his own company. This can make him a bit of a wild card, as he's not driven by the same motivations that drive others. He doesn't seek popularity or acclaim, he seeks only his own contentment and fulfillment. But this self-sufficiency can also be a threat. Because the Sigma male doesn't rely on others, he's not easily controlled or influenced. He's not swayed by peer pressure or societal expectations. He walks his own path, makes his own rules. This can be unsettling for some, especially those who prefer the predictability of traditional roles and hierarchies. It's important to remember, though, that this self-sufficiency is not a sign of arrogance or aloofness. It's a survival strategy. It's the Sigma male's way of navigating a world that often values conformity over individuality, popularity over authenticity. It's his shield against the pressures and expectations of society, his tool for carving out his own place in the world. The Sigma male's self-sufficiency is not just a lifestyle choice, it's a survival strategy. Thirdly, Sigma males are dangerous because they are strategic thinkers. Now, when I say dangerous, I don't necessarily mean they pose a physical threat. No, the danger lies in their uncanny ability to strategize, to plot and plan, to analyze a situation and find the most effective course of action. Picture this. Sigma males are like the grandmasters of the chessboard that is life. They don't rush into situations blindly. Instead, they take a step back, assess the field, and carefully consider their next move. They are the ones who don't just play the game, they play the game with an end game in mind. These men are analytical. They dissect problems and situations with the precision of a scalpel. They cut through the surface and delve deeper, peeling back layer after layer until they reach the core. This analytical nature allows them to see patterns, to predict outcomes, to anticipate moves before they're made. It's like they have a sixth sense, but really, it's just their strategic mind at work. Let's consider an example. Say a Sigma male is in a competitive environment, perhaps at work or in a social setting, where others might see a challenge as an obstacle. The Sigma male sees it as an opportunity. He doesn't just aim to overcome the challenge, he strategizes on how to use it to his advantage. He looks at the bigger picture, identifying potential pitfalls and opportunities, and then he plans his moves accordingly. He is not just reactive, but proactive. And this is what makes them formidable opponents. They're not just thinking about the here and now, but the future as well. They're not just reacting to what's happening in front of them, but anticipating what's coming next. So don't underestimate a Sigma male. They may be silent, they may keep to themselves, but within that quiet exterior lies a strategic mind, always calculating, always planning. In the chess game of life, the Sigma male is always several moves ahead. The fourth way Sigma males are dangerous is their discrete dominance. Now you might be scratching your head wondering, discrete dominance, how does that work? Well, let me unpack this for you. Sigma males, unlike their alpha counterparts, do not assert their dominance through loud gestures, aggressive posturing, or overt displays of power. Instead, they subtly influence those around them, guiding situations and people towards their desired outcomes with a quiet strength that often goes unnoticed. Imagine a river. On the surface it may seem calm and serene, but underneath there's a powerful current driving everything forward. That's the Sigma male. They don't need the limelight or the adulation of the crowd. They quietly go about their business, making impactful decisions, often from the shadows. Their influence is like a whisper that echoes in the subconscious of those around them. Consider a workplace scenario. There's a team project and everyone's throwing out ideas, trying to outdo each other. In the midst of this chaos, the Sigma male listens, observes, and then, in a calm, collected voice, offers an insightful solution. He doesn't demand attention or forcefully push his idea, but his well-thought-out proposal, presented with quiet confidence, resonates with the team. His idea is adopted not because he dominated the conversation, but because he dominated the thought process. Another example can be seen in social settings. Sigma males often hang back, watching and learning. They might not be the life of the party, but they understand people, their motivations, their fears, and their desires. They use this knowledge to subtly steer conversations and influence decisions. They are the unseen puppeteers, masterfully pulling at the strings without being noticed. So yes, the Sigma male is indeed a discreet dominator. They may not be the loudest in the room or the most visible, but their influence is undeniable. And that's what makes them dangerous. They can change the course of events, influence decisions, and impact lives without anyone even realizing what's happening. The Sigma male doesn't need to roar to prove he's the king of the jungle. Scene script. Fifthly, Sigma males are dangerous due to their unpredictability. In the world of psychology, Sigma males often stand out for their unconventional approach to life. They defy norms and expectations, marching to the beat of their own drum, which makes their actions unpredictable and, in turn, quite intimidating. Let's delve into the realm of unpredictability, the domain of the Sigma male. Conformity? They scoff at the notion. Societal norms? They prefer to create their own. This is not to say that they are reckless or irresponsible. Rather, they are independent thinkers who value their freedom to choose and act according to their beliefs and instincts. Think of a chess player who, instead of following the usual strategies, makes unexpected moves that keep their opponent guessing. That's a Sigma male in action. They're the wild card, the joker in the pack, the enigma that can't be deciphered using conventional methods. They're the wild card, the joker in the pack, the enigma that can't be deciphered using conventional methods. They're the wild card, the joker in the pack, the enigma that can't be deciphered using conventional methods. This unpredictability can be both intriguing and intimidating. It's intriguing because it's a challenge to understand them, to figure out what they'll do next. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with pieces that don't seem to fit anywhere, yet somehow they do. This mystery draws people in, piques their curiosity, and keeps them on their toes. This ability to keep others guessing, to keep them off balance, can be an effective strategy in different situations, be it in a negotiation, a competition, or a confrontation. The Sigma male holds the reins of unpredictability and thus wields a distinct form of power. So when you're dealing with a Sigma male, remember this: they are not bound by what's conventional or expected. They are free spirits who chart their own course, who dance to their own rhythm. They may not follow the rules of the game, but they sure know how to play it. With a Sigma male, the only thing you can expect is the unexpected. The sixth way Sigma males are dangerous is their nonchalant negotiation skills. Now let's unpack this. Sigma males are masters of negotiation, yet they do so in a way that seems almost casual, almost indifferent. This nonchalance isn't a lack of interest or preparation. On the contrary, it's a calculated strategy that gives them an edge in deals and discussions. Picture this. You're in a negotiation with a Sigma male. He's leaning back in his chair, arms folded, a half smile playing on his lips. He listens more than he talks, yet when he does speak, his words are sharp and precise, cutting straight to the heart of the matter. There's no desperation in his voice, no eagerness in his eyes. He's like a chess player, coolly and calmly making his moves, unfazed by the ticking clock or the rising stakes. This can be unnerving, even intimidating. You're left wondering, does he need this deal? Is he even interested? This is where the danger lies. In the face of a Sigma male's nonchalance, the other party might feel compelled to offer more, to try